Welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty Podcast. Back at it again, talking fantasy football.
What up, I'm back here.
Got my man Jordan up in the building. What's cracking lacking?
Not much. Glad to be back talking football.
We're actually talking the real stuff again today.
Real stuff.
The last episode we dropped, we did the AFC Landscape. Today we're talking about the NFC Landscape, because you got to know the landscape of the league.
You got to know it.
Which offenses are good? Which teams are good?
Sure, the NFC's not as interesting, though. But
not as interesting as the AFC. I agree. Especially some of those offenses the AFC's out there throwing out.
AFC is the offensive powerhouse.
But before we go any further, add the podcast.
Add it.
5-star review.
Add it now.
Add me on Twitter, @CrewMattHam. Let's just dive into this NFC stuff. NFC East. Last year it finished off Cowboys, Eagles, Washington, Giants. I mean, the NFC East has been the most overrated division of my life. We are always talking about these bums.
Always talking about the Cowboys.
I think I'm not really high on any of these teams. I like the Eagles. I like the Cowboys. I don't really like any of them, but I mean, I like them.
I would say I don't. Well, the only reason I don't mind the Giants is because one of my buddies is on the Giants. He's a safety over there, but
yeah, who?
Xavier McKinney.
I mean, the Giants, they're just not buttoned up. Giants and Washington aren't buttoned up right now. Giants used to be, they're not anymore.
Well, Giants also got really hurt last year with everybody. Saquon got hurt.
New coach this year.
Galladay got hurt. Shepard got hurt. Tony didn't play.
Kadarius Toney. So if you were just breaking it down, top to bottom, who's going to win this year?
I have Eagles winning.
Yeah.
Then Cowboys. And then probably the Giants if they stay healthy. And then the toilet bowl of them all, Washington.
Yeah, so I think I would switch it up just a tad. I'm going to say the Cowboys. I don't have faith in that. I wouldn't put money on that. But I would say Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Washington. Agree. I think Giants sort of have like a little bounce back. Like they'll look solid at times.
If they stay healthy there and their offensive line holds
New
up.
New coach. Who came in? Brian Dable.
Brian Dable from Buffalo.
I don't really dislike Daniel Jones.
I don't dislike him.
I don't hate him. He can run.
He has tremendous upside.
This is a make or break year for him. He's gone if he just can't do it this year. I feel like.
Yeah, they're starting to build those weapons around him, starting to get the offensive line better. Brian Dable said, at least from what I heard, he's trying to give Daniel Jones a fair chance.
Yeah.
To evaluate.
Yeah.
To be evaluated, which is why they went out and got Evan Neal, so get those bookends at the tackle, so it gives him protection, so he's not running around for his life. And
so maybe the Giants turn things around.
I think they
a little bit. I think Kadarius Toney, but I think he could. This is the thing about Kadarius Toney. This dude could bust and be terrible, or this dude could just blow up be ridiculous.
I've seen highlights. He juked out. I think it was the Saints. He broke the entire Saints ankles like 2 times over.
So the upside is there for Kadarius. So the Giants, you might want a piece. Saquon, any type of bounce back, gotta stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
Any type. What kind of year are you thinking? Does he even stay healthy in your opinion? You think he gets hurt again?
I think he hopefully stays healthy longer.
Yeah.
But I think
eventually gets banged up. Yeah.
Eventually gets banged up. Because the offensive line is still not the best.
So we sort of want a piece of that offense at certain spots. Washington, how do you feel? Wentz, you want any piece of that? I don't really. Not really. Agree.
I wouldn't mind Scary Terry once the contract
they can get him re-signed.
Logan Thomas, I don't mind.
What about Jahan Dotson, rookie year?
He's definitely Rookie of the Year.
Nah, man, I'm just saying Rookie year. Nah, I'd be shocked if he was Rookie of the Year.
I would be absolutely stunned.
But
I would say I wouldn't mind Jahan Dotson, especially if like later in the rookie drafts.
Good for your PPR leagues, I'd say.
Better for your PPR leagues.
So, yeah, I'm with you. To me, with Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson's stock has just dropped, man.
I feel like that's going to be a lightning thunder combo.
Well, what about McKissick? They like to give him. They was giving him some third down action too.
They were giving him some action, but I guess they may get rid of him because he decided to come back. Who knows what the
You definitely don't want Antonio Gibson as your running back one.
Not running back one, no.
Do you even want him as your running back two?
I have him as more of a flex guy.
Okay. All right. I think we're in agreement on that for the most part. Brian Robinson, though, does he come in here and take a load, a pretty big load?
I feel like he's going to take a little bit. That with those three, it's going to be interesting, to say the least, to see how they play out.
Okay. It's interesting in Washington. Like, there's some pieces that are worth looking at that you could buy at certain ADPs. I'm with you on that. There's a few pieces. Eagles, Jalen Hurts, of course, I'm buying into.
Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert.
You buying into the whole offense?
Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Miles
Goddard is one of those guys you want if you ain't got one of the elite guys. Go and get you Goddard.
Miles Sanders is a sneaky little running back to have.
A.J. Brown just arrived into town.
Yeah.
So,
heck, I even think Quez Watkins can have a nice little year.
I think you have higher hopes for the offense tonight. I still see it as run heavy and A.J. Brown getting 8, 9, 10 touches. That's how I view it.
It could be like that, but it could also be a little bit different. Who knows?
Miles Sanders might need to have a little bounce back.
And if Miles Sanders doesn't do well, they still got a decent running back in Gainwell.
Yeah.
He's not as good. But
I've heard a lot of people starting to kind of buy into Kenneth Gainwell a little bit.
I'm starting to get him late.
Yeah, if you can get him real late,
I'm getting him for like the bottom 4 rounds.
Jalen Hurts, back end of the top 10 type year. 9. He finished 9 last year.
He could probably do around the same.
So I could see that again. So all right, well, Cowboys, Dak Prescott just shipped off tomorrow, so CD's the number 1 guy.
CD. Zeke, maybe.
I'm going to just... CD Lamb's going to have a top 5 year this year. The target share, Amari Cooper's gone. He's the clear number 1 guy. The Cowboys were like top 5 in passing attempts last year. It just all lines up. How do you feel about that? CD Lamb, top 5 year.
I could somewhat see that happening.
You think there's a chance he's just like a bust? Not a bust, but like, say, just a wide receiver 2, a top 24 type guy?
No, I think...
You think it's higher than that?
I think it's going to be around like top 16, top 12.
Because I got him 3 in my dynasty rankings, right behind Jamar and Justin Jefferson.
Interesting.
CD
high.
So that's how I see it, but I don't know. Ezekiel Elliott, can you
also Dalton Schultz? I think is a nice little.
Ooh, I'm buying it. I'm telling you, with Cooper gone, Dak Prescott, maybe if he can stay healthy, I'm buying in on CD and Schultz big time. Schultz finished as the tight end 3 last year in PPR, I think. It was 4. 3 or 4.
It was 3 or 4. It was up there.
So I'm buying into any thoughts on Zeke though? Maybe in your redraft leagues.
Maybe if he needs to
trying to sell him though.
Maybe Pollard.
I feel like a lot of people are higher on Pollard than Zeke, anyways. Really, you can get Pollard at a better spot, get him a little lower,
and Zeke is
probably have a pretty good year.
Zeke is hit or miss when it comes to games. There's one game I watched, I think, a couple of years ago. I was facing the Falcons. He had 3 fumbles.
Yeah, I remember that.
In the first quarter.
We blew that game too, man. I don't know if you remember that. Something about that offense, onside kick.
The little onside kick. They were just standing there looking at it, watching it like it was.
So I think offensive ranking wise, I would rank it like that. I would go Cowboys, Eagles. Maybe Giants and Washington. It's just tough with them too.
It's tough with those.
I would go Cowboys over Eagles, but I'd take a piece of Eagles and Cowboys offense.
I'd take them both.
So, all right, NFC North, break it down. It went Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions. I think I see that shifting a little bit too myself.
I feel like the Vikings may win it this year.
I would roll with the Vikings myself. I would say Vikings, Packers, Lions, Bears. Vikings, Packers, Lions, Bears. That's how I would see it. Packers, obviously, they just got rid of Devontae Adams.
So it's going to run through Alan Lazard or Randall Cobb.
So
Robert Tonyan as well.
They bring in Christian Watson in the draft.
They brought in a couple.
Sammy Watkins from the wide receiver U.
Yeah.
He might have a good opening game.
I don't think Clemson's the wide receiver U, though. I think that's Bama right now.
Man, Bama ain't nothing. They ain't got nobody. Could be Ohio State, though.
Ohio State's up there.
But
and LSU's not too bad.
But with that said, Aaron Rodgers, would you feel comfortable as a QB1 super flex league? Still got him. You still feeling good at him?
I would say
he's your best quarterback.
Super flex, I wouldn't really do it because he's a little bit too old for me.
Yeah. So you'd want him would you take him as your 2 though? QB2, no doubt.
Yeah, as my QB2.
So I definitely think he's got to change his ways, or
he's got to change his ways or bust.
We're seeing a bunch of 2 quarterback sets. A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones.
A lot of 2 running back sets. Watch out for Robert Tonyan because he likes throwing to him.
Yeah.
Lazard, I think, may have a breakout year.
People are definitely high on Lazard. I am too. I just don't know. Don't know what to expect. I just think Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon are the guys to get in this offense. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Vikings, Captain Kirk. I think he just got extended for another couple years. Just taking people's money.
Taking money without winning any games.
So, of course, you want Justin Jefferson. That's a no-brainer.
You may want to pick up Thielen. You may want to pick up Cook.
Obviously. Cook, in your redraft leagues, I've seen him in mock drafts going as high as 2, the 102. I'm not that high on him, but I've seen it.
Yeah, there's Cook, Thielen, Irv Smith.
Irv Smith is a sneaky one.
I
think the potential's there. Tight
end's there.
I like Irv Smith. I say go out and buy him, especially because you can get him on the low now.
You can get him on the low right
now. Tight ends, they usually take a few years to get, and I think he's going into his 3rd year or his 2nd year?
I think it's his 3rd.
So he's getting to that age. He could pop. Got a good, stable quarterback with Kirk Cousins. Justin Jefferson is my number 2 dynasty guy. That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer right there.
Thielen, he's like, if you're in a win-now mode, you want a veteran. Thielen, he's like in that Brandon Cooks category.
He's been getting 1,000 yards for a while.
So definitely I want a piece of... I got Kirk Cousins on one of my leagues, so you definitely want a piece of the Vikings offense.
Definitely want a piece of the Vikings.
But I can't wait to the Bears. I just can't wait to take a dump on this Bears offense. This Bears offense could finish dead last. Possibility.
I would say...
They don't want to give Justin Fields no help.
I would say I would take Mooney.
Yeah.
I would take Kmet.
Kmet's the main one I would take, the target share.
Maybe David Montgomery.
I just don't want that offense. I don't really want David Montgomery that much. Would rather have Khalil Herbert late.
I feel like Montgomery gets most of those carries.
Yeah.
And one of the people that I've been picking up late that may break out for them, Byron Pringle.
Man, I don't want no parts of that.
Who else is he going to throw to? Who else is going to be that wide receiver?
I just think Kmet's just going to get a large... I'll take Kmet. I'll probably take him kind of high over some of these guys.
I'm taking Pringle lower, but I'm getting him on my team.
Super low, of course.
He's there in the last 5-6 rounds.
I think Justin Fields needs to get the heck up out of Chicago, man. They're just not buttoned up. That franchise has not been buttoned up for a long time.
I don't even remember the last good quarterback they had.
Jay Cutler.
Was Jay Cutler really good, or was he just decent?
He was just a stable quarterback. He was just the quarterback that was there. That's basically it.
That's what the Bears did. They're a quarterback.
Getting back into them Jim McMahon days and stuff like that. I remember when Rex Grossman was supposed to be the guy.
I would say at least Fields has the little rushing ability that may help him out a little bit.
I like Fields. I just wish he'd get out of Chicago. They didn't even go get him some weapons this year.
They didn't. They really didn't. They got Velus Jones from Tennessee.
So,
I feel like they're going to try to get a high draft pick and try to get a receiver this year.
Maybe. Lions, what you think?
They're trending the right way.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, DeAndre Swift.
Didn't they get DJ Chark?
DJ Chark they got.
DeAndre Swift, the man. Go get your share of that. Go get you some of the DeAndre Swift.
TJ Hawkinson.
So this is definitely it all starts with Jared Goff. I think he's just a steady, QB2. And
steady QB2.
The upside's not there. He's not like all great, but he's solid.
He's not the greatest guy.
But he's solid, man. He can hit Amon-Ra St. Brown on them intermediate routes and stuff like that.
I would say maybe if they're there late, Quintez Cephas or someone.
Yep, Cephas. We used to play against him in basketball back in the day. But yeah, so yeah, that's like in your deep leagues right there.
The very deep leagues, get him around 25, 30.
Man, so yeah, the Lions offense is definitely solid. Like DeAndre Swift is a top 5 dynasty running back.
Oh yeah. TJ Hawkinson's a top 5 tight end.
Top 5. I'd probably say like top 7, top 8.
Amon-Ra St. Brown's
up there. Definitely a wide receiver 2, top 24, top 30, then somewhere in that range. Somewhere solid.
Somewhere up there.
So definitely buying a piece. So rank me the offenses in this division.
I would say that ranking the offense of the NFC North, probably go with Vikings 1, maybe Lions 2. Packers and Bears.
I think I would just say Packers just because I lean Aaron Rodgers. So I would say Vikings, Packers, Lions, obviously Bears are at the bottom.
Bears last.
So let's just move to the South. We are very familiar with the NFC South. We watch it all the time.
We watch it way too much.
It went Bucks, Saints, Falcons, Panthers last year. Any shift in that?
Not really.
I think it's pretty much the same. Bucks, Saints. Tom Brady. They win it. Run away.
The Saints are sneaky though.
Yeah, the Saints. They're a more buttoned up organization.
With Jarvis Landry and Chris Olave and bringing that defensive help with the Honey Badger.
Any chance Saints can overthrow?
I think it may be close.
Closer than usual. Godwin will be out for probably the first 5-6 weeks, something like that. Yeah. So he's gonna be rolling in there with Mike Evans and Russell Gage.
Yeah.
So
Kamara's also gonna be out for.
That's right. That's true.
Depending on what happens with that.
So let's just go through the Bucks offense real quick. Tom Brady. Obviously, I just traded for Tom Brady. I needed it.
Get the entire Bucks offense.
Yeah, you want the Bucks offense. There's no doubt about it. Heck, now you want
Cameron Brate. You want Cameron Brate now because Gronk is gone. Gronk retired.
Yep, Cameron Brate. I see that. I was kind of surprised by that news. I'm just being honest.
You want Tom Brady. You want Godwin. You want Evans. You could handle Gage, Fournette.
Yep, but definitely buying into playoff Lenny. I would definitely. He's gonna get a lot of receptions playing with the GOAT still.
Yeah.
So Tampa. Obviously, we're buying everything that's Tampa Bay related. Yeah, I'm buying into the Water Boys. I'm buying everything.
Buy everything Tampa related.
Saints starts with famous Jameis.
Jameis, depending on what happens with Kamara, he'll be a good one.
Yeah, you'll just have to see what his suspension is going to be like. Well, I'm seeing a lot of 6 games.
Landry, and then
Olave, Michael
Thomas.
It's tough.
I would throw in Troutman in there.
Yeah. So
I throw Adam Troutman in there.
Any value for that guy? What's his name? I'm sitting here watching him play now. For we got the Saints Falcon little 2018 game on right now.
I can see Taysom.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Taysom. Okay, well. The Saints,
Taysom if you're really deep. Really deep.
What's like the potential for this offense? Is this going to be like a smooth offense run under famous Jameis, or are we going to see some ups, some downs types?
Well, with Jameis, it's going to be ups and downs.
Throwing picks.
Throwing like 20 picks a season.
He threw 30 in that last full season with Tampa. 30 touchdowns, 30 picks.
And then he hit his last pick was against the Falcons for a pick 6.
So,
we got the Panthers and the Falcons left. Which one we want to talk about next?
Man, Panthers, I guess. Nah. Falcons. You already know we're gonna talk about the Falcons. I think this year.
Well, there's one obvious one you're buying for the Falcons.
You obviously buying into Drake London
and Kyle Pitts.
I think Kyle Pitts kind of drops off just a tad.
You're still buying in. You're still buying into him.
Yeah. Of course, you're definitely taking him. Heck, I've been seeing him in mock drafts at the end of round 2. I'm definitely snagging Kyle Pitts in that.
At the end of round 2?
End of round 2? I've seen it.
I've never seen him at the end of round 2.
I'm telling you, I've seen it multiple times. In a mock draft, though.
I've been doing too many of the actual fantasy
I really
football.
want Kelsey, but I would take Pitts, too, in a redraft league. So, Falcons, they have some potential buys. You're high on Tyler Algier?
Tyler Algier, I'm high on. I feel like he's going to be that running back 2, maybe 3.
So, okay, well, that's
and then if you want to roll the dice a little bit, add in Bryan Edwards or Cordell Patterson.
Cordell, maybe, especially at the beginning, because you never know what the Falcons are going to be doing with him.
Never know.
So, I'm hearing he's going to run a little more wide receiver, though, is what I'm hearing.
That wouldn't surprise me.
So, Panthers, anybody you even buying? You buying into C-Mac?
Not really.
You wouldn't take him at the 102, would you?
I wouldn't take him at all.
Yeah.
He's made of glass. He is a glass man.
I would take him at the end of these rounds, but I do not want him at the 102.
One good hit, he's out for the season.
Done. He used to never get hurt. Now he's just staying hurt.
The only person I may take from Carolina is DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. Well, look, I say it all the time. If he just had an average QB, he'd be a top 5 receiver. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. And Tommy Tremble. I'm better on him.
Yeah, I mean, with DJ Moore though, this dude's racking off 1,000-yard reception years, year after year after year.
Also, Terrace Marshall.
Well, he's a sleeper. He's been a buzz so far because he ain't even playing, is he?
He's played a little bit.
So,
but I wouldn't mind grabbing him up.
Panthers may be in the market for Baker. We'll see how that goes.
I would get Hubbard.
Well, they just brought in Deontay Foreman. He's going to be ahead of Hubbard.
I say, would he?
Because Hubbard, they didn't like what he did last year.
I feel like he did decent.
Deontay Foreman did good with Tennessee last year. They bringing him in to pretty much take it over. Well, let's just move to the West, man. This was a little bit better division. Rams, former Super Bowl champs.
Of course.
It went Rams, Cardinals, Niners, Seahawks. Do you see any change in that?
I feel like if the Seahawks stay healthy, they can get that number 2.
The Seahawks?
No, not Seahawks. The 49ers.
The 49ers?
49ers.
Okay. I'm about to say, I ain't seeing that in the Seahawks.
No, not Seahawks.
Yeah.
Seahawks are a garbage team.
I would say Rams, Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks, it stays the same. It's tough, though. I can see it.
I can see Rams, Niners, Cardinals.
I'm just not really. I just got to see Trey Lance, see how he does. Once I see it, though,
I would say it's just that
I'll be on board.
I would say I'm more into the 49ers because of their defense.
So
they have the second best defense in that division if they're healthy.
So you think Rams Super Bowl chances again? You like it? They go out there, they still go get A-Rob. They might bring in Odell still.
If they're bringing
Cam Akers another offseason. I'm not really high on him, but
I'm a little bit higher on him because from what I'm hearing, he's the only healthy running back on that roster right now.
Yeah, true.
So I'm bringing him in, and it depends on how he does. If he doesn't do well, ship him out, sell him because I know someone's gonna be high on him.
Yeah, for sure. So. Rams, there's no doubt you're going to get a piece of it. I would be comfortable with Matthew Stafford as my QB1. I would feel good.
I also wouldn't mind getting Higbee.
Yeah, same.
Tyler Higbee.
So that's an offense you want a piece of. There's no doubt about it.
You want Kupp and A-Rob and
Kupp. Even if Kupp drops off a little bit, he could still have a wide receiver 1. I mean, this dude's numbers last year were just
1,800 yards.
Yeah, just ridiculous. So.
Almost 2,000 receiving yards. Sounds like Madden numbers.
Does Allen Robinson cut into it this year? What do you think?
I feel like Allen Robinson can because
Allen
Robinson's constantly put up numbers with
really
bad quarterbacks.
So
he's had Blake Bortles. He's had
exactly. Any interest in Van Jefferson?
I've actually
maybe slight.
I just drafted him in one of my leagues.
So, I mean, he's going to be on an offense that he's going to be like a third option a lot of times.
At least a third.
So,
depending on what happens with the
powerful offense, you go get you these guys on a powerful offense. There's no doubt about it.
Get them all.
So, Rams, obviously, bye. Just everything about it, we're buying. I'm not buying Cam Akers. You're buying Cam Akers to some extent.
I'm buying him for some extent.
Cardinals, another offense. Kyler Murray, I got him as my QB1 in the Superflex League, so this is my guy. I like Kyler.
Rondell Moore.
Marquise Brown.
D-Hop,
dealing with a suspension.
He'll be a nice little. Nobody's gonna touch him early, so he'll go him for nice value.
Yeah, so
James Conner.
So the Cardinals, they definitely got something rolling. I think me and you are both in agreement. They start off fast,
and then they die.
So that's just the Cardinals' MO. We both think they're going to finish second. No, you think Niners could pass them up.
I think Niners could pass them up.
Got a lot of turmoil with Murray and his contract situation right now.
Just deleting everything off social media and everything, doing what the young guys do.
It's just what these young cats do. It is what it is. So Cardinals, I'm pretty much buying into Marquise Brown. how I feel about him.
Oh, yeah.
D-Hop, let's just see how he does. Let's just see if we can get him in. Let's just see where we stand after week 4. Maybe I would make a trade for D-Hop knowing he's coming in.
I forgot Ayuk for the Niners.
Oh, yeah.
Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk. And Jawan Jennings isn't bad either.
Well, you're taking the Niners offense over the Cardinals offense?
No.
Debo wants
I'm taking
back.
I'm taking the Niners defense over the.
Yeah, that's true.
But if it's just offenses, hell yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals over the Niners.
Okay,
and of course, besides the tight end.
So Niners, as soon as Jimmy G's gone, Trey Lance is the starter. Would you feel comfortable as him as your QB1?
I feel comfortable with him as well QB2.
Yeah, I think the upside is there, but we just got to see it.
We got to see it.
So. Niners, obviously, Kyle Shanahan, good place to be in. Debo wants a cut in his production and his usage, though.
He does not want to get beat up as a running back anymore. But Kittle may see that.
Does it make you sell Debo? You definitely got to expect a little bit of a comeback.
I'm trying to sell Debo.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you because somebody will be super high on him.
Somebody will be super high on him, and you could. Who knows? You can get somebody who's really high on him, and they give you everything.
So, Seahawks, I'm buying in on Kenneth Walker.
That's
pretty much about it. I'm way off at DK Metcalf this year. Way off. I do not want any piece of that right now. I'm just being honest.
I say, yeah, that's about it.
Tyler Lockett, dead to me. I do not want that guy.
I would say, I've seen stuff on social media where they're saying that the Seahawks may not even win a game because they got bottom 5 defense, bottom 5.
Yeah, Seahawks that's a bad team.
Bottom 5 offense, bottom 5 just about everything.
They're a little bit better than the Bears.
A tad bit better.
Just a tad bit. With DK kind of puts you over the top.
DK,
Mooney ain't DK.
Mooney ain't DK.
So. DK, I like the age, I like the talent, but I'm staying away from that situation. That is a bad situation.
At least until next year.
And then, even then, they'll bring in a rookie, maybe.
Bring in a rookie, maybe.
2 years of fantasy irrelevancy, possibly. That's a lot. Well, shoot, man. Just for the NFC, who do you got coming out, though?
The NFC, I said the Rams win it.
Well, you think Rams? Who you got from the AFC? No,
Bills.
We didn't last it on the last one. So you saying Bills and Bills?
Bills, Rams.
I'm saying Bills, Bucks. That's how I'm saying it. So,
Bills, Rams. The game 1 matchup becomes the last game of the season.
So that's how we do it. We done broke down the landscape of the AFC. Now today the NFC. That's just how we do it. You got to know the landscape.
Got to know it.
Got to know which offenses are going to roll, which offenses are going to stop. Add the podcast.
Which offenses just fall apart at the seams.
Exactly. The Cruise Dynasty podcast. Add it.
Add it all. Add it everywhere.
5-star review. Share it. Like it. Give it to the world.
Give it everywhere.
Add me on Twitter at CrewMattHamm.
Add it to your classmates, your teachers, your coworkers, your family, friends, neighbors. girlfriends.
Gotta get it
aunts,
out.
uncles, cousins.
Where can we find you at?
At Jordan 0518-2000. It's a mouthful, I know, but that's where you find me.
So, yep, that sums up the landscape of the NFL. Be on the lookout. The Cruise Dynasty podcast. It's here.
It's here.
And
got it. Gotta go.
Causing controversy. So that's how we do things. That sums it up, man. We out of here.
We out. See you later.